It's about a 19-year-old girl named Jade who lives a really good life. She grew up with a great childhood. She really can't say that she wants for anything, and has an emotional breakdown at 19 just from social pressures, and also it's a hereditary thing. And it's just kind of her journey for the next year through it, with her three best friends, and it's love interests and school and drama and also a lot of emotional stuff, and it just kind of follows her journey. I like, well, Jade is kind of just, I thought it was a cool name, and green is my favorite color, so I just went with it. Um, Everybody else, it's kind of weird that I named somebody Gemma because I'm a huge Sons of Anarchy fan. And anybody who watches that, I mean, she's like a matriarch that's crazy and also a murderer. So that doesn't really go, but I like the name anyway. And Chase, one of my friends told me when I said, what should I name like the main love interest? She's like, I think you should name him Chase because you're chasing him in a way. So I still like that choice. I actually wasn't really that big of an Alice in Wonderland fan. I just am one of those people who falls into like a Tumblr hole and loves different pictures. And I saw a graphic that I thought was really cool, which inspired the cover actually. And in the past, I kind of toyed with the idea of it being like falling down a rabbit's hole. So at one point, it was called Down the Rabbit's Hole. And I mean, Alice in Wonderland is a trippy story. It's not your typical Disney movie. So
So you
that's kind
went.
of where I went with that. I read a lot of new adult. I read a lot of like the romance stuff because it's interesting and I like getting lost in it. But I also like reading memoirs, some nonfiction, some historical fiction, but I haven't read that in a while. Right now, I usually read two books at once because one, I have to read before bed because otherwise, if I'm reading something addicting before bed, I'll never go to sleep. So before bed, I like to read the Andy Cohen book. I think it's called The Andy Cohen Diaries. This is a new one. Most Talkative is his old one, and it's fun if you're like a Housewives fan, which I am. And I just read the Real series, or I'm in the middle of the Real series by Katie Evans, which is pretty good. It's interesting, and actually there is an aspect of like of a mental disorder in there that I am very drawn to.